Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about what is next. We have February around the corner. We're going to look at February stats. We're going to look at another Tribal Trades 2025 prediction that looks to be coming to pass and a whole bunch more. But before we get into all that, as always, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people and does help support the channel. And of course, thank you to all the wonderful people there that leave comments, wonderful, kind comments. Do really appreciate that. You take the time to write it. I take the time to read it. And those of you who ask questions in the comment section, I do get back to those as soon as I am able to. However, if you'd like more immediate engagement, you can find me in the Tribal Trades Discord. It is now live. And those of you who have gotten your emails already and have signed up from the wait list, remember the Tribal Trades Discord. This is a limited and exclusive Discord, and the Discord will likely close next week. The doors will be shut. And so, no, I have not left the Stocks with Josh Discord. Of course, you can find me in there as well. And I give trade setups, resources, insights, and of course, some education and entertainment, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Okay. And so you can find the links for the Stocks with Josh Discord down in the description of this video. You might need to click the more button. And for those of you who are asking about where to sign up for the wait list for the Tribal Trades Discord, one Discord to rule them all, okay? That is also found in the description there, just under the links for the Stocks with Josh Discord. There's an email address there. All you simply have to do is email me that you would like to be on the wait list. Now, those of you who have gotten your emails, that's great. Some of you have said that you sent emails on January 24th and 25th. I am now up to January 29th. So if you have sent emails up to and including January the 29th, you will have gotten a reply. If you don't, check your spam or your junk, or send me another email and let me know that you didn't get that email that I originally sent to you. Don't despair. We'll make sure that you get access there to the Discord. You're not going to miss out. And I can't wait to do some of my first live sessions in the Discord. We're going to do some training and some trading in there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And speaking of that, of course, we're going to jump into my X. Make sure you're following me on X as well. I post updates in there, and as you can see, last night before I went to bed, 10:26, which is pretty late for me actually, I did post a Sui trade at $4.11, woke up to some nice green and took some profit on that. It's a nice quick trade in and out. Of course, I still have my swing bag, and I still have my hodl bag, which I am converting to a swing. Okay, and I have shared that in a different video. Some people thought, oh, you've sold your hodl bag. No, I haven't sold my hodl bag. I'm going to treat it more like a swing bag. I'm going to have multiple swing bags of the same coin. So I'm going to have two Sui swing bags, and I do the day trades and the scalps there like I did last night. I just felt to leave that open, and then woke up. This was very, very nice. So what are we talking about here? That we have the Bitcoin February historical low of the month. Okay, and so we have the low of the month, and on 2013, so we're looking at the year after the halving, 2013, 2017, 2021, and now we're 2025, of course. So I look at those years, and 2013, it was the 2nd of February. 2017, it was the 9th. And 2021, it was the 1st. The average is the 4th. And this is what I've been saying for a while, by the way, about watch out for Super Bowl Sunday week. That tends to be the catalyst and the low, and then usually Bitcoin will take off to the moon and carry the alts with it. I did a video yesterday. Some of you are a bit freaked out by the title, No More Alt Season or No Alt Season. And for those of you, when I showed a chart in that video, if you haven't seen it already, check that out from yesterday. So, of course, because I think it's going to be a little bit different this February for alts and March. So check that out. And I do have an altcoin video coming up as well. Okay, so the historical low of the month. So the average is 9. I do expect that to continue. I do expect whatever low comes in to come in early, okay, in the month. And I do see that because generally after Super Bowl Sunday, all bets are off, we're taking off to the moon. That's generally what has happened there, okay? And that's why these lows of the month has come in so early in February. So I'm expecting the same for that. If we look at price action here very quickly with Bitcoin, it's much of the same, really. We really just have this candle here, and it went up to, there's 106. What did I say yesterday? I felt it was going to go up to 106, and that's where it went. And then the low was 101. They're just going up and down, liquidating the shorts, liquidating the longs there, and then liquidating the shorts. We have the 20 EMA on the daily that seems to be the support that it's liking right now. So this could be, if you're scalping or day trading or using leverage, this would be my entry here at 102. There, and then obviously if this was lost, so if we break down and then retest 102 as resistance and reject, and I usually will go to the 5 or 15 minute time frame to see that, and I'll draw a little trend line there. Then I would look at getting back in at the 50-day moving average, which is around about the same place as the Fibonacci at about 99,000. Fibonacci is at 99,500. The 50-day is at 99,200. And then you have the 50-day EMA down near the tribal trades trend line, one line to rule them all. We'll just move that up a little bit. And that's coming up at about that 99. So this area would be an entry here. And I wouldn't necessarily always stop out there. I might just say, okay, I feel fairly confident this is going to hold. And so I might just add to the order there. And then my average is somewhere around 101,000, for example, there with that. And of course, if we lose this level, I can always stop out. But then you have this really strong level there at 97,983. And I think the market sentiment is starting to improve and to go up. And I think we could see some good things happen there for Bitcoin. And of course, we do have the Czech central bank. If they buy Bitcoin around 102, I don't know what price they'd end up buying it. They are looking to pass a bill where they're going to buy a bunch of Bitcoin, and they would buy about 68,600 Bitcoin if they bought at that price. 5 months of Bitcoin issuance, so 152 days of purchasing. It's about 3% of the total supply left on exchanges. That would rank among the top 100 Bitcoin holders globally. And what was one of Tribal Trade's predictions for 2025? We've already seen the first one get hit, which was that banks self-custodying Bitcoin and other crypto for their custody. Boom, that's all good to go thanks to Powell. And of course, lawmakers, the SEC came in and helped with that as well. And then, of course, we have now one of the other predictions was other nation states would start to buy Bitcoin. And now it looks like the Czech Republic is going to do that, okay? And that is very, very bullish for Bitcoin. Just be careful, though. We do have the release of labor market data. If the unemployment rate is 4 to 4.2%, then there is a higher probability that Bitcoin will follow blueprint from last year and go higher in February and March. If the unemployment rate obviously is much higher, then it could make Bitcoin a little bit more unsure. So if the employment rate is too much lower, it could make yields explode higher again. So let's see what happens next week. That could be that little dip and find that low of the week in February. But sometimes these dips are dips for ants. The January low came in, I believe, around January the 13th. And I did share when I did the January data that it generally has come in by the 12th, and what did it came in the day after the 13th. So if you're able to buy that dip, that might be the last time we see Bitcoin in the 80,000 region ever, or until the bear market. Of course, my thoughts are that in the bear market, I'm looking at Bitcoin maybe coming down to somewhere between 67 and 73,000. That's my kind of bear market prediction at the moment, because we've never gone below the low of election week, and the low of election week was 66,800. That's never been breached in Bitcoin's history, whatever low that was. And generally, we don't go below the low of the previous cycle, although we did last time. We did have that black swan event with the FTX that did bring it down to 15,000. And I think the previous low was 18, but it doesn't go much below. So 69,000 was the high of the previous cycle, and historically Bitcoin doesn't go below that high of the previous cycle. If it does, it doesn't go below by much. So that's my theory at the moment. But of course, I will look at all things as the market continues. And of course, when we do reach the cycle top, which I do think is still happening. So we are going to look now at the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And I will say, as I said, what about Bitcoin to the upside? My February predictions are the same, a new all-time high and 120K Bitcoin. Boom, boom. That's it. There it is. Maybe higher, of course, but that's what I think we should get to there. And so you can see there is movement. I would expect maybe it's more of the same there. Moving between 106K and then down to about 103K there. That would not surprise me whatsoever. We look at the 24-hour time frame. Same thing, 106 and 103. We just move through these very quickly. I just like having a quick look. There's a little bit more to the downside there at 103 on the 48-hour time frame. Let's look at the weekly time frame there. And if there is some yellow up there at 107 and then 103 again. So I just think more of the same. Let's look at the monthly time frame there, and you can see wowzers. I think that's what's in store. Now, could we come down and flush down to 96? Absolutely. We could come and flush to there. And of course, there's a little bit more down there at 90,000. I'm not seeing that at the moment. We would see some real big narrative shift. Maybe the employment numbers would have to come in really, really against expectations and be quite, I don't know what that would need to be, but that's something I'm thinking, or something in the news that can break and shift that narrative. But I'm thinking this here, we're going to see this tagged at some point. There's 161 million there at about 110,000, and quite a lot. Actually, you could just roll over and see all the different people. Now, if you don't know, if you haven't seen this chart before, go and see my cheat sheet, my education tab, and that has a video of this called the Bitcoin cheat code, and it just shows you there. So I don't use this as a standalone indicator, but gosh, some days you could. And you don't always know if the market maker is going to go up first or down first, but I usually try and align that with the Bitcoin price action and see, okay, we are getting a lot of resistance there. This is a place that they're going up, liquidating there. We're not even getting to 108,000 there. We're just really getting up to this Fibonacci level here, 106,502. So probably now that wasn't really that relevant before, and I didn't put a line there. So I am going to put a line there now at 106,502 or close to it, around there. It's not a double Fibonacci stacking level. It's just a single Fibonacci. And you can see that can be a good place now to lock in some profits there at 106, and then getting back in the trade. You know, if you use quite a higher amount, you can trade this little swing here from 104 to 106. Otherwise, the 20 EMA on the daily time frame. And of course, I look at these on these time frames, and when I start to trade, I do go down to the 5 and the 15-minute time frame, as you've seen from many other videos that I have posted here. So I'm not going to go into that today. Gosh, if we saw a bit of drastic to the downside, you know, you got the 100-day simple moving average there, now sitting around, it looks like 93, just above this Fibonacci. As I've said previously, we were in this range for 2 months. For all of 2 months, minus 10 days, we were in the 100 to 99 or 100,000 range. Now we're in the 100 to 109 range. So premium zone to buy is right down here at 99, and the premium time to take profits is 108. Of course, you can take profits or 109 halfway on the way up, which is here at 104. So this is where you go beautifully, and you get in here, and then you would take profits at the middle of this range, get back in, take profits at the middle of the range, get back in, take profits at the middle of the range. If it breaks above, then you can get in now at the bottom, the middle of this range here at 104, and ride this up to the top, which kind of hasn't happened yet, but the 104 to 106. So you can trade from the bottom of the range to the top of the range. You can trade from the bottom to the middle, and you can also trade from the middle to the top. That is classic range trading there. All right, well, that leaves it there for today. And of course, until the next episode, happy trading.